Good afternoon. Next slide, please. Thank you very much for the invitation, and thank you very much for the Sakura Nesia who support us to come to Japan. Okay, so I'm not talking about the AI because originally I have, together with a friend of mine, Professor Al-Hadi Bustaman, can you stand up? He's an expert on the AI. Unfortunately, we have only 10 minutes, so I don't think that I have to combine our research and plus the AI prediction. So basically, our University of Indonesia, located in close to Jakarta, and we have, of course, established the Research Center of Climate Change in 2010, so almost 16 years, more than 15 years. So now the research mostly is related to climate mitigation, air pollution, extractive industries, climate finance, extreme weather, one of those, and on climate technology and science, which is mostly basically in AI. So, but today I want to talk about the extreme weather that related to the Senyar Cyclone. So it's really related to Senyar, who just happened to be in Sumatra. So we have research station in Sumatra, and that's why we really know what the problem, why is it happen, and the problem is also because of human-induced activities here in these areas. And what is the science about this biodiversity and related to the climate change? Because what we call it's empty forest syndrome, human-induced and making that the forest is vulnerable. And that's why we have the problem that research over in Sumatra, that so many are problematic with the hunted, non-hunted, but also problem with the biodiversity changes. So this is the crisis. Basically, after 2025 November, the Senyar hit the Sumatra, North Sumatra, and this is the area where the red one is the area where the Senyar impacted, and here's the Senyar tropical cyclones. Why is that the problem? Because this is the area, if you see that, 24th of November, the hit that really, because this never happened before. For 100 years never happened, tropical cyclone come to this one, with the 400 millimeters a day. Used to be 1 year, it's only one day. 25th November is also 400, and also the 26th of November. So if you can see here, about the rainfall is really impacted to the areas. If you see that the run of the Senyar is basically a little bit on the top of the Sumatra hills. But what's happened? So here is the orangutans, right? Orangutan is really in the middle of that orangutan. Is really very limited. It's only 580 to 600 individual left. And that now is really hit to the areas. Never before that the tropical cyclone hit the areas. But then what the consequence is this next slide, is that this is the one that the Tapanuli areas, the one that's really a habitat of the orangutan, is really hit by the Senyar. And because of the terrain, roughness index is very high, that's why it's very difficult for the orangutan to stay longer than that. And also because of the terrain, so that the Senyar tropical forest is hit very heavy. And you can see also from this, what you call it, the NDVI, that the difference between before the Senyar and after the Senyar, you can see that the red line there is very big. And the problem is the mud flow coming from the slope areas, the debris flow is really hard. That's going to be the problem in Sumatra is because from this here, you can see this, here, the forest, and here is the forest after the Senyar. And that was really, really big problem. So you can see all this, the habitat of the orangutan is destroyed. And from our experience, and also from our calculation, that approximately about 58 of the 600 orangutan die. So loss. This is really big loss for and we calculating that, but also the communities. The community is really big. You know, why is it? What is the problem? Because the area is originally, historically, coming from what you call it, the Sumatra and the Toba Tuff, the Toba full super volcano who just blew up like 1,000 years ago. And that's really the problem. So why is it the Senyar hit very hard to the communities there? And then we are studying the geologically history of this, and it seemed to me that really why is that the problem arise in these areas. So the conclusion, because that's really 1 minute. So in the future, we are trying to get this AI to be working with us. You know, Professor Al-Hadi is involved right now. And how do we get this, the Senyar to be managed if this happen? Because Indonesia, usually the tropical cyclones never go back to 5 degrees. But now it's just like becoming common. It's just like new normal for the Indonesian, the catastrophic and other things happen like that. So that's really the conclusion of that. The problem right now is not only human impact from the catastrophic, but also the biodiversity, including our really precious orangutan and many others animal in the areas. Thank you very much.